Hi folks, this is just a short video because I did one on some of these knives just a week or two back, but a response to that was that one of my subs, David S, asked me if I would like his um, cotton sampler, and I said yes, I'd love it, thank you very much. He thought it was a bit quirky for his everyday carry. I actually quite like it for reasons that I perhaps expressed a little of previously. Anyway, it arrived today, so I thought I'd just do a quick video, and I'll put this out in the next few days to say thank you. Thank you to David. So it came in this little box, and it's the Ramshorn series. Now, funnily enough, I already have one knife in their Ramshorn series, which is this, which was a Grandaddy Barlow, but it didn't come with a box. It came from Slip Joint Guy in America, and when he's sending things from America, when they come in big boxes, he tends not to send a box because it really ups the postage. But it was a nice knife. So when David sent this one, and it came in the Ramshorn bone box. It's not Ramshorn, of course, it's bone that's cut to look like Ramshorn. This is the knife that he sent me. So it matches quite well with my Grandaddy Barlow, in that they're similar materials. But this isn't about the Grandaddy Barlow. We'll do that one separately. This is another cotton sampler. Now, as I say, it's Ramshorn bone, so it's cut to look like Ramshorn. Funnily enough, I have a Ramshorn knife, a Taylor's Eyewitness one, and if I'd been better planned, I'd have had it out to show you. Ramshorn is a lovely, almost luminescent, buttery material. This is attempting to replicate the scale of Ramshorn rather than the inner material. And I suppose, it does a good enough job. Certainly, you're not going to expect necessarily higher end materials from a Rough Rider at the cost, but it's still very attractive. I like this one, and I really also like my Grandaddy Barlow as well. Very similar look to it. Of course, being a Rough Rider, we have brass liners, steel spring, and of course at the price you kind of expect them to be pretty rough and ready, but actually this again is another Rough Rider knife that's come with pretty much exemplary fit and finish. I mean, certainly as good as any case knife. Now, I know if you went to GC, you'd say that sort of slight gapping between the bone and the liner there would be dreadful and disastrous. But honestly, on a case knife, you get things like that. And you have to be pretty picky to say that's a problem. In terms of blade centering, yeah, I suppose it slightly favours the shield side, but it's not rubbing in any way. Any traditional knife going back in time that had centering as good as that, you would be considered perfectly acceptable. You've got nice nickel silver slanted bolsters with some nice pinstripes in them. Very nice bear head design, obviously. You've got a lanyard tube there, which is always nice. I like a lanyard. And you never know, I might tie one on here yet. In terms of the blade, couple of things. Oops. Now, let's get this open. Now, in terms of the blade look, we have a frosted blade with the Ramshorn bone design. Not my first choice, but it's exactly the same as the Grandaddy Barlow. You've again got a match strike nail nick, which is always nice. This is the Cotton Sampler pattern of blade. Come to that in a second. You got that sort of swedge cut at the top, and the nail nick runs along the line of that swedge, which is different to the original ones, where the original ones were parallel to the back of the blade. On the other side of the blade, wait for it, yes, we have the traditional Rough Rider 440 razor sharp steel print on the blade, and on the tang, if I can get the light on it right, we have the RR. I can't read the pattern through there. It is, yeah, on there we have RR 1594 China. So, well, we know these are Chinese made knives, that's the way that they are. But they are good looking knives. They are remarkably well made, especially considering the price. And I like them, and I like this blade shape. Now, I showed this before, but as part of my disability thing, I use a knife like this as my everyday cutlery knife. Now, partly that's because it's got a nice big handle that's easy to get hold of, but also it's this blade shape, and you use it to cut by doing a rocking action. So rather than draw the knife through the food necessarily, you can cut like that, and that's exactly the way that a cotton sampler is used to cut. You cut with a scalpel. You're cutting using that curved part of the blade rather than the point, or pressing down using the flat. You're using that curved part of the blade. So if you were seeing it from the side, you're cutting along. Let's imagine that box is the edge that you're cutting on. You cut using the curve of the blade, like that. Curve of the blade, like that. Or you can use the rocking action to cut. And again, that works well with there. So that makes that a very useful blade shape to me. Plus, given that we have a relatively short blade length here, with a length, cutting edge length, you're only talking about, what, 2 1/4 inches, something like that. You could stretch it out using the roll along the edge method. You're going to get it out to about 2.5 inches or something like that. But for all that you've got that relatively short amount of blade, you have something around 4 inches of handle plus a bit of space at the top. And that means that when you've got big hands like I have extra large size hands. If I was wearing a glove, I still get a full 4-finger grip out plus without any problem on that knife. It's a good sized knife in my hand. I have no problem with that, and that is something which I value quite highly, and it certainly works very well for me. So there we have it. This is the Rough Rider. You'll have seen I've got the buckshot bone and the stag bone, and I've got the small version in smooth tobacco bone, all of which are lovely designs. Now I have 4 of them. I have a whole subsection of cotton samplers within my subsection of my Rough Rider knives within the subsection of my traditional pattern knives. Anyway, there we are. If you enjoy this, please feel free to like. Please feel free to subscribe. We've passed the 500 giveaway. We're well past 600 now. We're moving on to the 1,000 subs, at which time we will have a good giveaway. Don't know what it'll be, but we will have one. So thank you very much. Bye.